Thank you for tuning in to the Otherworldly Podcast. I'm your host, Frank.
I'm your host, Dylan.
We have a couple things to talk about today. Not a ton, but a couple.
We are running dry for content.
So send us your submissions, which I don't think we even checked, actually.
We can check right now. We'll see.
While he's checking, I want to welcome you all back. Today's going to be a little bit of a special day because of something we may or may not have recently received from youtube.com/org/com/net.
We got nothing on our email.
Nothing that we want to talk about today.
Of course.
First thing I do want to mention is that Super Smash Bros. For the Switch has been confirmed for 2018.
Yes.
I personally do not own a Switch, but if there was a game to make me buy one, Super Smash Bros. Would be it.
For sure. I think that was the same thing with the Wii U. That basically just boosted the sales. Was the only reason anyone bought one was because they wanted to get the new Smash Bros.
I also enjoyed the Wii U because of Breath of the Wild was released for the Wii U, and I think it's the only game I've really played on Wii U.
Didn't they release it for more consoles?
What, Breath of the Wild?
Yeah.
It's on the Switch, I think.
Just the Switch and the Wii U?
Switch and the Wii U? Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. Well, it is a Nintendo title, so it's not surprising that it would be exclusive, especially since it's something that they hold so precious.
Yeah. I don't even without ROM hacks, I don't even think it's available for PC either. Yeah,
I can see that.
But Super Smash Bros. 2018 confirmed.
Honestly, I'm excited. I love Smash Bros. I remember playing that when we were all young, back in that place we used to live. You know, I was like second grade. I'm just rambling now, but it was amazing.
No, it's talking about
when we used to play Melee on the GameCube.
Yes, Melee.
No. Super Smash Bros. Melee.
No, Super Smash Brothers Melee. But yes, it was. I just don't know. What I'm wondering is if it's going to be just a port of the existing Super Smash Brothers title from Wii U, so Brawl, to Switch, or if it's going to be a new game. I don't know, because all it says is Super Smash Bros. For Switch confirmed.
Yeah. Well, what was the Wii U one called? It wasn't Brawl.
Oh. No, wait, was it? Was it not Brawl?
No, it goes, because they have 4 out right now, and the third one was Brawl. And then the one before that was Melee, and the one before that was the original.
Yeah. Okay, then I'm not sure, but
I can
Super Smash Bros. U?
Google it. That might have been it, actually. I don't know. They're trying to shoehorn the U into different titles, if I'm not mistaken, to try and brand the console.
Yeah.
Super. I spelled sewer. Super Smash Bros. Wii U.
It's just called Super Smash Bros. U?
Yep, it's just called Super Smash Bros. Wii U.
There you
Actually,
go.
even more unfortunately, it's called Super Smash Bros. For Wii U.
Is that the actual name?
That's the actual name. You want to see a picture? For Wii U.
That is it. So
You could play as many exciting characters, such as a me, or a Wii Fit girl.
Wii Fit Trainer, thank you very much. And also Pit. You can play as Pit and Dark Pit on that game, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
although I could
Brawl.
be thinking of Brawl. Yeah,
you can play as Pit
I'm
right
still
here. He's on
probably
the
thinking
cover.
about it.
Did they bring Roy back?
I doubt it. I haven't seen Roy.
I thought they brought someone back, and then they
Mark
they slowed down Ike a bunch. Have you played it?
For which one, Brawl or Wii U?
Wii U.
I probably have it, and I probably have played it, but the only game I can think of right now is Brawl, since I think that was probably the last one I played.
Mm-hmm.
But
Brawl is precious. I think that one's probably the best.
I like the Melee better.
You're throwing me off.
Fine. Super Smash Bros.
Melee.
Melee.
Say it slowly. I swear to God.
Now, remember we used to talk about it if it was called
Melee or
Melee. No, it was Melee, Malay, or Melee, or something like that, and all of us
I
would
used
call
to
it
call
something.
it Melee. I know that's what I used to say. Super Smash Bros. Melee.
I forgot who used to call it Melee, but I enjoy Melee as its name. So
Super Smash Bros. Millie.
Millie, Millie, from
Millie.
Bait and Kato's origins. Millie.
I have no idea what you're saying.
You never played Bait and Kato's?
Nope.
Either of the games?
Nope. Nerd.
You're a nerd.
I'll fight you after the podcast.
So we know what the title. I bet you now with money what the title is going to be for the new Super Smash Bros. It's going to be Super Smash Brothers for the Switch. Oh, that's going to be it.
I'll have fun listening back to that laugh on the playback later. That peaked.
Oh,
That peaked the audio.
oh, we won't be. We'll be just deleting this entire section and starting from scratch. Welcome to the other. So the first creepy news that we were able to locate here that hits close to home with Alexa. I don't think you own an Alexa, right?
No.
Either the Dot or the
Only Amazon thing I got is that TV stick.
Fire Stick.
Mm-hmm.
Just like UP. Fire. We're all about grade A comedy here. The best comedy. So Alexa has been creepily laughing, and let's see when they announced it. I don't know when they announced it, but they are working on a fix. But it's that it happened in the first place. A few people started recording their Alexas laughing for no reason, not like a lot, but like just a little kind of giggle. But either way, just, you know, you can imagine you're turn off the lights, you're laying in bed about to go to sleep, and you just hear a giggle in your room, and you're like, well, I'm a single person that lives at my house alone, so I can definitely.
It's not the most natural laugh either. It's pretty robotic. It's ah.
Yeah,
So it's pretty terrifying. I saw a few compilations. People will just be sitting around and then ha 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 ha.
Yeah, it also says here that whenever just any kind of conversation you're having with Alexa can have a laugh at the end of it. So whatever her response is, there was and it's a very small chance. Like my Alexa's never done this, so. But there'll be a small laugh after the response, even if there's no joke implied or anything funny. Or at least that's what the Amazon spokesperson said, according to this article as well. So they are coming up with a fix for that, and the fact that there has to be a fix is creepy enough. But how would you feel if you had an Alexa and it would randomly laugh, even just a little bit?
I think I'd probably find it funny at first, unless it got out of hand. Like I'm trying to sleep, and then, maybe 1 a.m., had a very long day at work, very tired, very groggy, and then if I have to wake up to deal with that shit, then yeah, I think it would probably be more of a big deal. But to me, it just seems more like a funny bug.
Do you have a SpongeBob Alexa? With that kind of laugh.
She lives in Amazon, above the sea. Alexa. We're all about grade A comedy here at the Otherworldly Podcast.
Grade.
Grade A. This is a lowercase a, but still an A.
Great A comedy, not grade A comedy. We don't want to get confused for that other guy.
The lawsuit guy with the big jaw and the big top jaw.
Yeah. So great A comedy here.
And then what do you got next?
Well, I guess the next thing, so we can put it up. How much time we got?
Like 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
We'll take a break and then we'll show it when we get back.
Yeah, we can do that because I don't want to give you guys a little bit too much, and you guys are just like craving more, and then we have to, come back or ruin it.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to cut a train in half while it's moving.
Exactly.
We're all about grade A analogies here.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and take our first break at 11 minutes. Stay tuned and don't leave us now. Please send in some emails. We need to get one of those screen captures sometime so we can watch videos with the audience. I think that'd be a hoot.
You mean like play clips while we talk about the clips?
Yeah. Like H3 does?
No, not H. No, if you want to get good, if you want to have those millions and millions of viewers, we got to go for the goodie. You said H3, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking equals 3.
Equal.
No, you remember equals 3?
Oh my god, the old one, right?
Ray,
like your favorite Martian,
Ray William Johnson.
Ray William Johnson.
Or Ray Williams Johnson? Just kidding.
He can touch my Johnson anytime.
Grade A comedy.
Ray William Johnson. Come back to YouTube. Touch me.
I don't know what he's doing these days.
Yeah, what is he? You want to Google him real quick?
Yeah, you can Google. Yeah, if we were to do like a his format, some viral videos, and talk
Stolen
about
content.
them, borrowed content. Yeah, that might be something. But
wow,
we'll
he's
have
only
to,
36.
like he's 36 now. Right?
Yeah, right now.
He looked older.
I thought he was like touching his 40s already, at least. But,
Like back then.
Yeah. Hey guys.
Sorry,
check out this new episode of Equals 3 stolen content.
we miss you, Ray.
You are much missed. You're Tiggo Biddies. Well,
whatever
back
he's
into the
doing.
news.
What's that from?
I don't know. I'm just saying things. You
So-
said you wanted to talk about the good news, the really good
Yes.
news about
Before we get into
what
the other
we
stuff,
got from YouTube.
may or may not have received from or by YouTube.
As you all know, YouTube likes to celebrate their YouTubers, their users, milestones by sending them play buttons.
Yes, and for anyone who is familiar with this tradition, I forgot what the lowest play button that people show off is, probably around like 10,000 subscribers, but little talked about are the other buttons that YouTubers will receive on the road to the big buttons.
They say, some people will say they feel ashamed or patronized, but we aren't. So we're going to go ahead and show you guys the cardboard play button.
Yes, it's the first button received when you surpass 10 subscribers. And is it zooming in? Anyway,
Go ahead and hang that up right here.
yes, it is it's the first milestone you receive, the cardboard button, and framed very nicely, came that way. I'm glad the glass didn't break upon arrival.
I'm surprised. They didn't send it to him in a box. They just sent it to him.
Yeah, there's a stamp on the back, or a shipping label on the back. It didn't even say fragile or fragile. It just
said treat.
Yeah.
That was it. It just said
Spelled
treat
wrong.
This, yeah, TREET. I think it even came with a personal note from Google itself.
From Google?
Yeah. They own YouTube. They sent us another email saying to quit what we're doing. I know how you guys are about that reverse psychology, that negative encouragement. We're gonna keep doing what we do.
Yeah, especially here, we're all about grade A psychology and grade A reverse psychology. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna show as good as I wanted it to. That played out better in my head. Speaking of in my head, actually no, that's not a segue. Anything.
It's not a proper segue at all.
Moving on though.
EVP.
EVP. Was it EVP, electronic voice? Oh, electronic voice phenomenon. EVP. Is that what it stands for?
EVP. I got Google. Electronic voice phenomenon.
Ah, I was close. Wait, that's not what I said, was it?
That's exactly what you said.
Did I? Oh, never mind then. I was so close, I got it. And we're all about grade A accuracy.
You. Ghosts. Talk to us. Anyways, yeah, so, what was your main question about the EVP again?
Well, the main question is we were searching on the web and found somewhere where people were questioning on what was better to use for speaking with the other side, whether it was the spirit box or was it just an EVP recorder.
Yeah.
So, what I was wondering on that notion of EVP is not even talking about the spirit box. Is that they always talk about you need, or if you go online, they sell recorders that are specifically for recording EVPs. But, why can't you just use a regular, I don't know, built-in camera microphone to try for, EVP?
Mm. That's like a common question for people that aren't as big into the technology, right?
I believe so. I mean, I just thought of the question right now.
Oh, okay.
We might get a specialized EVP recorder or a spirit box or something. We might get one of those for one of the podcasts and try that. But for right now, since we got these microphones hooked up, maybe we should ask this room some questions. Just like one question, though, because the room's busy, has things to do.
This room. Who is the best podcast on YouTube? Joe Rogan. Screw
It's a
you.
demon.
Joe Rogan is not the best podcast.
Wait, then who is the best podcast?
Us.
The otherworldly podcast.
Otherworldly podcast.
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 Where we buy your used gold and silver. Please email us what you have, and we will consider it. God bless you.
Thank you.
Confirmed you're Christian. Moving on.
And then what else did we got? What else do we got?
Well, let's see here. We already did the EVP, which we'll have to check to see if anything came up. By the way, if you're with us in this room right now, tell us your name. Maybe forget what the last thing was. Oh, the
kid.
the kids, or the kid with the kids.
The kids.
The real kid with the other kids.
Yeah. So apparently, some guy on a subreddit was saying that when he was younger, he would hang out with brothers and sisters that were miscarried, or
I think, because I do not have the article or the subreddit pulled up right now, I believe his parents had 7 miscarriages, and the
7
son.
miscarriages.
Oh, got it. And I believe the son had imagined. Was it 2? 2 of them had survived, and they grew up together. He had completely forgot about it. His dad told him the story. I believe that he was having conversations with nobody, and he would tell them their names, which were, I guess,
the same names that they gave
maybe
to the kids.
Maybe. I'm not sure if it's that coincidental. You can double check.
Let me see if I can.
We're gonna fact check that.
I'm gonna just read it to the audience.
Yeah,
because
go ahead.
it's pretty chilling.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Enter spooky music. In the beginning years of my parents' marriage, it was difficult to talk. I already messed up. In the beginning years of my parents' marriage, It was normal to talk of wanting kids. They had never imagined themselves without a small human to care for, and it was a dream they both had anticipated for most of their adult life. So when they became settled in their marriage and decided it was time to try for kids, it was devastating blow. It was devastating how hard it seemed to be. Through 7 miscarriages and plenty of strain on their relationship, they were on and off antidepressants and anxiety medication, trying to heal from losing their babies while holding on to the hope they would one day have someone who was two equal parts of them. So when they found out they were pregnant with me, they said it would be the last time they tried. It was too much emotionally, and it seemed endless each time they had to attend another funeral with a casket so small. Wow, that's depressing. After the septum in my mother's uterus was finally detected after years of being overlooked, I was born in the summer of 1999. They were so happy, and they tell me all the time I am their miracle baby. But I have always been saddened by the fact that I've had older brothers and sisters and how much I miss them despite not knowing them at all. I've always wanted siblings. I don't remember this story, but my dad sure does, and he still tells me it gave him the chills. I also like to believe it gave him peace. Anyway, from what I was told, I was playing in my room with a few of my toys as my parents were unloading the trunk from the grocery store trip. As my dad went back and forth with handfuls of bags, he could hear me talking out loud in my room, and it seemed as if I were having a conversation with someone. I think I was about 4 or 5, so it wasn't exactly uncommon to have an imaginary friend, but I never mentioned anything of the sort before. After everything was taken inside, he came to my room and asked me who I was talking to so we could maybe see if these friends had a name. I didn't look up from my toys as I simply told him I was playing with Christopher and Chelsea. Dun dun dun. Those were 2 of the babies that were named that had unfortunately never made it to term. Like I said, I was young and my parents waited until I was mature enough to tell me about the miscarriages, much less the names of the children. I had no idea at the time those were the only 2 that were named because the others passed so early it was painful to give them more of an identity. I think about it a lot because I had no clue of their names or that my parents struggled so deeply with their children. Although I don't remember, I get the chills when I think of it, and to this day, I believe they are my guardian angels.
Well, I mean, it had a good ending.
Yeah. He said that in a way it kind of gave his parents peace. So that's, a happy ending. I mean, it still sucks to have 7 miscarriages.
So I think with that story, what we really need to get out of that story from the perspective of furthering our knowledge about the paranormal is actually going to be that ghosts
are bad.
Well, no. Well, that's a given. Not everything has to be good or evil, but I think it's that they can develop. Because if they hadn't made it to term, they weren't even fully developed babies when they passed away. So the spirit wouldn't have any experience in the outside world, but yet somehow were still able to grow along with their brother that survived and had enough to converse with him. Mm. See, now if they passed away as children, that would make sense because the kids could have learned how to speak and everything while they were alive. But we're talking about miscarriages. So they must have still developed into young children.
I've always wondered, because I see what you mean. I've always wondered if when ghosts talk, and by the way, I'm very skeptical of ghosts as a whole, but for the sake of this conversation and just debate about it, I've always wondered if when they communicate, do they actually speak English in a way, or are they kind of like speaking on a more sentient level that we all get? Is that make any sense? Like
telepathy type?
Yeah.
You know which way I thought you were going to go with that actually sent chills down my spine? Was what if they weren't developed? Oh. And they were just just some kind of creature that didn't that didn't speak. It was just
oh no.
And the kid was talking with him because the kid knew how to speak, but he had no idea what they were saying. But he was too young to like get freaked out by it, and so he wouldn't know. But if we were to see that,
look, a fish.
Like that's what sent chills on it. Because what if it's true? What if like ghosts don't manifest in a human form, and it's just like an empty void of just a figure there, or nothing at all? And since it can't speak, or I mean, I'm not just talking about miscarriages, but like any ghosts would just make these noises instead of communicating.
You see, I've always thought that if there's any scientific backing to why a ghost would stick around after life, how is it holding itself together? You know what I mean? Like, what's the energy that perpetuates ghosts? And how does it maintain shape?
Ether.
Well, that's a subject for another time. We're hitting 18 minutes. Is the video still recording?
Yes, I can see it's still recording, but not only are we almost out of time that way, but I can see the battery is red, 1 bar blinking. So it's a race to see what's going to finish first, the 20-minute mark or the battery. My bet's on the 20-minute mark.
Me too. Yeah. Once again, before we sign off, we are the Otherworldly Podcast. I'm Dylan. He is Frank. Don't forget to send us emails, because we get a lot. We just haven't gotten any we wanted.
Yeah, like tons. We have to sift through the spam and the
fans.
Like, yeah, like
all the fans.
Stop asking for our autographs. Not until like.
Stop asking for my hair. I can only give so much. Like,
that's why he shaved that part off. Is because we're trying to fill all the orders, but it's like we don't.
Fans.
It's not. We're doing that out of our, out of
pocket. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
Out of the love.
Yeah, at first we were just trying to build good karma, but I mean now it's starting to get a little bit weird.
Someone asked me to be the father of their child, and I mean I can't. I don't have enough me to go around. I'm sorry. Anyways, that's it for the.
Well, the real reason is we don't have enough postage. Like that'll take a fortune in postage.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean like he wouldn't sell himself like that.
Not for under $50.
Plus postage. Plus shipping and handling. So send a burrito to our address and make sure it has return postage for a 120-pound human being. Yeah. Yeah, 120-pound human being. I don't know how many stamps that is. It's like a lot of stamps.
5 or 6. Maybe
books.
7. Yeah.
and
the video is out. This is just me talking.
It's time for some group. Wait, what's it called?
ASMR.
ASMR.